Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and you're watching my review for Bleach, Chapter 600. Okay, and, Chapter didn't really... I mean, maybe you would expect that for Chapter 600 you might get some big-time chapter, but not really. This chapter was, a typical chapter of Bleach. We saw in the beginning of this chapter Shutara's corpse get cleaned up by Pernita. Um, Pernita took it and forced it into a ball. So that was interesting. Last week I said that Pernita's power might be strings, but it's not really looking that way right now because you didn't see any like string marks or anything like on the arms or anything like that. Maybe Pernita's power is just object manipulation, and whatever he or she or whatever sees, they can just manipulate it. Like, who has a power like that? Minerva in Fairy Tail. Whatever is inside her eyesight, she can manipulate it. So maybe the power's like that, or like Law in One Piece, where anything inside his room he can manipulate. Maybe it's something like that. So then, the only way you can actually beat Pernita is either with friendship or lead bullets. That was a bad joke. It might have been better if I had actually put more energy into it, but it's like 2:20 in the morning right now as I'm recording this, and there's just not much energy to be had. Okay, so yeah. Moving on. I don't even know where I was going with that, to be honest. I'm trying to end it as quickly as possible so I can move on, because this is just the longer I talk about this issue, the farther down the ship is sinking. Like, it's just getting worse and worse. I'm just going to move on and forget about this latest segment of the review. Okay. So we see Barrow here. Okay, and he shoots a hole in one of the platforms. Um, One of those like floating platforms in Soul Palace, Spirit Palace, whatever, and it splits in half. And you're thinking like, okay, so these guys are pretty good. They're destroying stuff, and they're creating a path for you Uplok to just go to the Spirit King, and they're just moving along. But not really though, because Kubo kind of combines Kill la Kill episode 4 with Fate Karakura Town, and gives us this thing where apparently the Spirit Palace we saw was actually fake. Alright. Like you remember in Kill la Kill episode 4 when the one girl like had that wall. She had that wall, and then Honoji Academy was like painted on there or whatever. They thought they were actually at the school. In reality they were just like they weren't even close to the school. The wall just falls down. They're like, wait, what? That's essentially what happened here. That's essentially what happened here. They thought they thought they were one place. In reality, they weren't. Okay, we got confirmation here that Shutara wasn't actually dead. Which, if she's a member of the Zero Division, then she shouldn't be dead after just like one shot from one dude. Okay, that'd be pathetic. Okay, no, these, like I said before, these Zero Squad members were built up to be stronger than all the 13 Court Guard squads. If you're stronger than all the 13 Court Guard squads, why are you getting one-shotted by one dude in your first fight? Like, no, that's no, just no. Okay, she wasn't actually fighting one dude though. I mean, she was fighting all of them, but when it comes to attacks on her, it was only one dude. The attacks that hit her, it was just one dude. Okay, so one-shotted. All right, so you knew she wasn't dead because you knew she wasn't going to be one-shotted. If she was one-shotted and was legit dead after that, then Kubo has no clue what he's doing. Okay, luckily that was not the case. All right, we got the confirmation that Chitara isn't dead. Plus, we learned that Ichibei was hiding the real palace with this like kanji symbol that he painted in the air. At least that's what I would assume, because you can see this giant paintbrush. All right, where he's sitting with his legs folded, and he's got like this paintbrush inside it, or what's it behind him? Well, it doesn't matter. He's got this giant paintbrush with him. Okay, got this giant paintbrush. So I would assume he painted the symbol in the air. It was the kanji for conceal, I think, and that's what hid the real palace. All right. So I guess we're kind of getting a sense of what Ichibe's powers. Well, Ichibe's power, it's sounding like Levi from Fairy Tail right now. Like it's like Levi can, she can create words, not create words, but like write words in the air, and whatever she writes, that's what it becomes. Like if she writes the word water in the air, then all of a sudden it'll become water. Right, like, you know, if she creates the word fire in the air, then all of a sudden Natsu's got some food to eat, okay? Alright, so, like, it's kind of what it's looking like right now. But, you know, Kubo, he always likes to, you know, throw in plot twists, so maybe his power is more than just that. But that's what it's looking like right now. Yeah, he concealed the spirit palace. Hikifune showed up. She created some wood prison on some like Yamato Hashirama crap. Okay, she created this freaking like wood prison around these guys, and Baro tried to shoot his way out of it, but that just was not working because the wood there was just feeding off of the bullets pretty much. That's yeah, that's the best way to put it. Was feeding off the bullets because the bullets were made of reishi. So yeah, it's yeah. No real explanation needed for that since we've had things like this before where they devour the Quincy's themselves have been doing this crap. That's what the Quincy's do this all the time. Yeah, there's no reason, there's no need to explain that because it's happened so many times before. And the last thing that happens is that Oetsu shows up, right? And he shows up to fight. So, and he was looking pretty legit too. He was looking pretty legit. All I'm wondering right now is where Kirinji is. Like, come on, dude. Like, where are you at? Like, all these dudes are like putting in work, and you're just sitting back there like, man, I couldn't hit him. I couldn't hit him, man. You're just like still thinking about that. No, like, show up. All right. But whatever. It's not a big deal. I don't really care. Yeah, overall, as for the chapter, I'll give it like a 6.5 out of 10. I mean, it was okay. A reveal that we already knew to be true. Alright. Chutara wasn't dead, we knew that already. Talking between freaking like Baro and Valkyrie and Askin has still not done a single thing. he's still just sitting there, you know, just not doing anything. You know, most of the chapter was just talking and like an explanations because Bleach characters have this strange need to they just have to describe their powers to their enemy. They just have to do that. Hikifune just had to sit there and explain, this is how I created this tree. I manipulate food. I manipulate life. Like, you know, she just felt the need to explain. All right, but whatever. It was just an okay chapter. I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10, and that's that 0.5 at the end is only because Oetsu looked cool in that last panel. That's like the only reason I give that extra 0.5. Okay, but yeah, that's that, you guys. 6.5 out of 10. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.